Well, first, thank you for inviting me to this interview. I'm very honored to be the associate editor for this Journal of Building Design and Environment. So for this question, my understanding is the future of construction will be driven by data. So that's where I see the BIM digital construction and sustainability converging to drive more practical and value-focused project delivery. So the three fields come together, deliver what the industry really needs: greater certainty, productivity, and value. So as we know, BIM gives us a reliable data backbone, a single source of truth for the design and coordination. Digital tools connect this data to the scheduling, procurement, and site operation. When we embed this sustainable metrics into the same digital workflow, for example, when we're tracking the embodied carbon or the energy used in the real time, it allows the project teams to optimize the cost, time, and carbon together. In short, for this question, I think the next generation of construction practices will move from this reactive problem solving to the proactive data-driven, collaborative, and performance-focused. So that's where the BIM, digital construction, and sustainability can work together to deliver the smarter and greener built environments. In my view, technology alone won't transform the industry, but the people will. So one of the biggest gaps, as I can say, is the human side of the digital transformation. We have powerful tools like the BIM, digital twins, and AI, but they don't deliver value unless people trust them and know how to use them. Right now, the decision making is often fragmented. Different stakeholders work on separate systems with different priorities. So that creates frictions and slows down the adoption. So for this one, my understanding is we need to close the gap between the technology and the people through this more clear data governance, shared decision frameworks, and stronger digital capability, building across all levels of the supply chain. When people are aligned and confident using the digital tools, collaboration becomes much faster and decisions become far more reliable. Well, as we know, it's a common sense. We can't manage what we can't measure. And that's where the beam and the same become powerful. Right now, the carbon data is often collected too late in the process to influence any real decision. So this is where BIM and SAME can change this by embedding the life cycle assessment data directly into this early planning and design stages. So if we link the material databases, construction logistics, and operational energies models into the same digital platform, we can forecast embodied carbon and operational carbon before we build and test different design options quickly. And so this can give project teams a clear picture of carbon impacts alongside cost and schedule, so they can make better trade-off decisions early. So this can turn sustainability from a compliance box tick into a driver of a smarter, lower risk project delivery. Global collaboration works best when people, not just as data, are well connected. So the biggest enablers are trust, shared standards, and strong industry academic networks. So when teams speak a common digital language, using these interoperable data standards, open platform, and clear IP agreements, this can become much easier to exchange models, methods, and lessons across the borders. And for me, I think the main barriers are the fragmentation and the misaligned incentives. As we know, different regions often have different regulatory frameworks and varying digital maturity. This can slow down the data sharing and limit the collaboration. So in order to move forward, we need more joint pilot projects and industry-backed data frameworks and funding models that reward open knowledge sharing, not just local outputs. My understanding is a great journal should not only push the frontier, but also bridge it to the practice. So I think the journal can play a vital role as a bridge between the research innovation and the real world application. To do this, we can encourage papers that combine technical novelty with practical case studies, clear implementation pathways, and measurable impacts on the cost, productivity, or carbon in the construction industry. And we can also invite more industry-led special issues, so research stays grounded in the real project challenges. For this question, I think the most disruptive directions will come from integrating technologies rather than just developing them in isolation. For example, we can link in the BIM and digital twins with AI-driven decision support and the real-time Internet of Things data and blockchain-based contracting. And this integration could completely reshape how projects are planned, monitored, and governed. And this also have a huge potential in combining these digital methods with sustainability metrics, enabling this predictive carbon modeling and circular economy strategies at the planning stage. For the young researchers, my advice is to work across disciplines, looking for more collaborations and focus on scalable digital ecosystem, not just single tools, and always tie your research back to real industry problems like the productivity and the carbon reduction.